McIntyre, and most of the time I'm Artistic Director of Sarasvati Productions, but I'm also a playwright, a director, performer, and I teach theatre at the University of Winnipeg, and I'm president of the Playwrights Guild of Canada. So lots of hats, but all of them around theatre and theatre creation.
How long have you been here in the city of Winnipeg doing all of this?
We came to Winnipeg in 2000, so we've been here about 7.5 years, and it's been very exciting. We came here because we heard the cultural scene was so great in Winnipeg, and as a theatre artist I was really looking for that middle ground of a big enough city that there's enough work for me as an artist, but that was still community-based and not quite as competitive or commercialized as some of the other larger cities in Canada, and so far we absolutely love it here.
You've lived in the North End part of Winnipeg for how long?
When we first came to Winnipeg in 2000, we rented a place on Redwood, so in the North End. And when we started looking at buying a house, which was 5 years ago, we said, you know, we want to stay in the North End. Our real estate agent, I think, thought we were nuts. But we were like, no, we like the North End. We like the community. We like being able to walk places. It was central, and for us, it was about staying in touch with what's real. Whereas I think living out in the suburbs, we would lose touch with the reality of certain parts of life, and as an artist, that's not what I wanted.
Right. So you would say that the community then has had an influence on your art and the kind of things you're writing about?
I think the community in the North End certainly is part of the art I'm doing. You can't help but be influenced by your environment as an artist.
When you're writing stuff or choosing stuff to produce and direct, is it based around a certain theme or...?
I think as an artist, I'm certainly socially and politically driven. So for me, yeah, when I sit down to write a play, it's because something's either, you know, gotten me really upset or inspired me, and I need to talk about it and I need to share information about it. And I feel like ultimately I wouldn't do it unless I felt in some way my art is going to make a difference.
Right. Tell me about your the FemFest and how that got started.
We founded FemFest 5 years ago, so last October was our 5th anniversary, and for me it was about providing opportunities for women theatre artists. So FemFest is about female playwrights, and we like to call it, you know, a festival of plays by women for everyone,
right. Because
we feel like if we want our stories to be heard, they can't just be heard by women, that we want it heard by a larger community.
Like, what excludes so much of the female voice?
I think the hardest thing for female artists, and I don't think it's just in theatre, because there's been recent studies, you know, in film and other areas as well, that a lot of it is historical. So it starts right at the beginning when you ask high school students who they study in high school, or what playwrights do you know? You know, it's Shakespeare. Maybe some of the U.S. playwrights, they do Death of a Salesman, right? So they know Arthur Miller, but they don't know any women playwrights. So what we like to say is, you know, we want to encourage people to ask the woman question. You know, why is next year's season that Prairie Theatre Exchange is doing all male playwrights, right. You know, out of 5 plays? So it's, yeah, sometimes you feel like it's never going to happen, but then when we do FemFest or we do the International Women's Week Cabaret and we get hundreds of submissions from, you know, playwrights across the country, and we read them, it's like, there are a lot of amazing women playwrights out there. So it's bound to happen if we want quality theatre, and if we want theatre to survive, or, you know, any of the arts to survive, they need to continue to grow and change and adjust.